and my name is Brianne, also known as Being Brianne on Ravelry and Instagram, and pretty much everywhere. So if you want to find me, that's how you find me. Today is Thursday, January 4th, 2018. Oh my goodness. And the kids are off to school. Today's our first day back. Brian is off to work, and I don't have to work for a couple hours, so I thought I would go ahead and get a podcast in before I run out of time. So I have a lot to talk about today, and I can't wait to share some things with you and to talk about stuff and hear how you're doing. And so let's get started. First off, today I'm wearing my upstairs downstairs cowl. I'll try not to disturb the mic too much. Hello, microphone. This is a pattern by Paula Emmons Feasley, and the yarn is Unwind Yarn Company. I know this a couple years ago, and I love it. I wear it a lot. It's just a really nice cowl, and I believe it comes in 2 or 3 sizes. Paula is the host of the Knitting Pipeline podcast, which you should definitely check out. And Dana, who is Unwind Yarn Company, is very talented. You can find her as Dana of Unwind on different places. So, yeah. So let's see, what else should we talk about? Next, we're going to talk about what am I working on? What am I working on? So I've been working on my scrap blanket. I didn't want to bring it out and show you because I've gotten, maybe like that much done on it, and it doesn't look that much different than the last time I showed you. It has been so crazy. So I should probably start out with, I'm sorry that I have not responded to a lot of my messages. It has been insane. I've worked crazy hours, and when I haven't been working, I've been trying to be present with my family and trying to, just do Christmassy things with my family, making memories and things like that. So I have not been good at all about checking my Ravelry messages or getting back to anybody on Ravelry or anything. Texts even, I've been really bad about. I've been trying to get better at that, but it's been a lot of stuff going on. So I'm trying to kind of dig myself out of that now. Anybody else get that way? I do. I get a little bit overwhelmed and things just kind of fall to the wayside. So now I'm trying to, now I feel overwhelmed about having to dig myself out of it. So there's that. But yes, so that's one of my goals for today, is to kind of get back to, the status quo where I should be on Ravelry and on my messages and stuff like that. So hopefully I get that done. We'll see. I have a couple hours. Let's see. What else is there? Oh, family stuff. Owen had his tonsils out. The first day was great. He was feeling really good, but then again, he was still under the effects of anesthesia. The next week and a half, 2 weeks were really rough. So, it's just in the last few days that he's actually gotten back to eating solid foods. And he had his tonsils out on the 20th of December. So, it was a good solid 2 weeks of feeling pretty rotten. But, he was such a trooper for everything, and I'm so proud of him. Everybody had all their Christmas performances, and we had so much fun going to those. Brian's been working like a madman at work, and I'm so proud of him for really just being awesome. He's really shining in a difficult situation, so I'm really proud of him too. And I'm still working, so that's good. So they offered me a position at Target for after the season is over, so that's good. I'm really happy. That was something I've really worked hard for, trying to, get myself to a place where I would be at least considered for it. So that was a really nice thing to hear, that they do want to keep me on. So yeah, what else? There's lots of things. Oh, Heather and Spencer and Bennett were in town. That's my sister and brother-in-law and nephew. They left actually yesterday. And so we got to do all kinds of fun things with them. And we had such a good time. It was really so much fun. We went to the Butterfly Palace. We went to see Star Wars, The Last Jedi. We had an impromptu New Year's Eve party with them. Excuse me. And Spencer's birthday is on New Year's Day. So at midnight, we sang happy birthday to him. And he opened up all of his presents. And it was so much fun. So it was really good. Is there anything else? Am I missing something? I don't think so. I think that pretty much covers everything. So yeah, Christmas was really good. I'll show you some of the things I got for Christmas. Okay, but first, what am I working on? Okay, so the first thing that I'm working on are my Let Them Eat Cake socks. This yarn is by Unwind Yarn Company. And I have turned the heel and gotten down through most of the foot. So I'm going to be trying it on today to see how much more I need to knit on the foot before I start the toe. I do have a little bit longer, but hopefully not too much. This yarn is beautiful and I love it. And there's just nothing bad about this yarn. It's just gorgeous. I've kind of been in a weird knitting place just because I have been so busy and working so hard, and what with having family in town, trying to make sure that I'm, with them, and it's been there hasn't been a lot of downtime, so I've been trying to knit where I can and see how that goes, and I'm really no pressure in my knitting, no pressure at all. I picked up my Tan House Brook shawl. That's a pattern by Jennifer Lassonde. And I put a few rows in. So now I'm on a textured area with the textured stitches. And that looks like this. So right in here is these beautiful textured stitches. My Are You Kidding Me is I keep on messing up on this shawl, not for any reason other than just my own inattentiveness. I got through a whole entire half of a row and realized that I did not do a knit one when I was supposed to. Whoopsie. So yeah, so my counts are a little bit off. I think I'm going to have to count pretty soon and see where I'm at, because she gives you a count for where you're supposed to be at the end of each section, and I think I'm going to be off. At this point, I am not very concerned. It's not one of those things where you can really ruin it, right? I mean, it's not like some intricate, Fair Isle thing, or if it has a few extra stitches here and there, who cares? It'll be good. I'll still wear it, and it's going to be beautiful, and it's going to be for me. So, who's going to be like, oh, Brianne, you messed up there? Nobody's going to be like that, right? You won't be like that. No, you won't. You guys are nice like that. All right. And then, I cast on New Year's Eve a sockhead hat. This is out of Wool Sunday Yarn Parlor. She no longer dyes yarn, I believe. This is her peacock colorway, and it has some sparkle to it. Can you see? See the beautiful sparklies? I finished the ribbed brim, and I'm about a half an inch into the stockinette. And it's turning out so pretty. I think Ailish may claim this for herself. She has one other hat that I have made for her, her Kit Kat hat, and I don't know where it is. It's been like 2 degrees lately, literally 2 degrees, and the poor child, she's just, all of my kids. What happened was, let me dish. When we moved, my husband, love of my life, father of my children, best friend in the whole entire world, he decided to pack up their closets. Well, we moved in, April, May, in there, and so it was not cold, but he packed up all of their like cold weather items like gloves and hats and scarves, things that I've made them for cold weather, and put them in storage with a bunch of other closet kind of things. And so, yeah. So it's been like literally 2 degrees, and my kids are like freezing. So we had to buy them things to help them not be so cold. But yeah, so Ailish had like one hat, and I have no idea where it is now. I think it's somewhere in her room, but honestly, her dresser drawers are such a mess. There's so much to do around here. There's no time. Eventually I'm gonna have to go through her dresser with her and kind of sort things through, but that's okay. It's all right. Mama's tired, but she can do it, right? Oh gosh. Okay. That is it for things that I have been knitting on. I have not finished anything in the last few weeks. I just haven't. It's okay though. No pressure. This is not a pressury time. And so let's talk about things that I have purchased or been gifted. That's exciting. Okay, so things that I have purchased. Wrong way. I bought this beautiful skein of yarn from Misha's Obsessions, excuse me. She is on Etsy, and this beautiful skein of yarn is called Hogwarts Express. And it is a superwash merino nylon fingering weight with 400 yards to 100 grams. Always hand wash in cold water and lay flat to dry. I don't know what this is going to end up becoming, but it's beautiful. And it's going into my stash. I will say that the yarn looked a little bit different. It looked a little bit more heavily saturated in the picture. But sometimes screens vary on how they look. And so you have to be careful and just know that when you are ordering yarn online, that you may end up with something that looks a little bit different. And of course, when you are hand dyeing things, as opposed to, like mass manufacturing, machine dyed things where, it's like you have a formula that you're going by, and, it's going to be all solid. It's going to be a little bit different. And even with those machine dyed things, where they're like, you still have dye lots. And so you're going to get things that are a little bit different. So all that to say, no big deal. I still love this yarn. And I will knit something amazing with it when it comes time. So Misha's Obsession, MISAHA''S, Misha's. And yeah, so there's that. Let me put that over here with my podcasting bag. The next things I got were for Christmas. And I actually bought them myself and gave them to Brian back in like September. And I said, these are for Christmas, so put them away and give them to me in December. So he did. And I love them. Go figure. Buy things for myself and I love them. All right, the first thing that I got, this was, both of these things are from Stray Cat Socks, who I have purchased yarn from before. This beautiful colorway is called Maude, M-A-U-D-E. And it is like a dusky pink and a cream, and then like a golden color. It's so hard to get that color right on screen. It is just gorgeous. And the second one I got came in gobstopper. I just ordered both of them in skeins, but this one came in a gobstopper form. This one is called Set Adrift. And that is a like a turquoise blue, a light turquoise blue, and a brown, like an olivey kind of brown. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my word. It's so beautiful. So both of those things came, and I love her little box that she sends things in. It looks like this. So you can kind of see, well, you can't see if you look in there and it's not dark, what the color looks like. And then here it has the stray cat socks, and there's a little kitty cat on top. What? It's so cute. I have knit with her yarn before. She is out of New Zealand, I believe. New Zealand, yes. And she's so talented and just wonderful, and her yarns dye up beautifully and they stay beautiful. I've knit 2 pairs of socks out of her yarns, and I love them. One was gifted to my sister, the Hopeful Heather socks, and the other one was Oh Holy Night, which I gave to Ailish last Christmas. And yeah, so definitely beautiful, beautiful things. The next 2 things are yarn related, but not like yarn. Evan found this for me at Silver Dollar City and had to buy it for me. It is the cutest little felted sheep. I guess it's not felted, but it's a sheep. And I love it. It is so sweet. He paid for it with his own money, which makes my mama heart just so happy. And he made Brian hide it so that I would not see, even though I knew exactly what it was. Excuse me. So yeah, so it is so precious, and it sits very nicely. It did. There we go. It stands very nicely. And I don't know where I'm going to keep him, but it'll have to be somewhere prominent because Evan keeps on asking me, now, where's your sheep? Is it out? Do you love it or do you not love it? Is that why I don't see it? So I'm going to have to find a very cute place to keep my little sheep. And I need a name for my sheep. So help me think of names. The last thing is over in the spring, I was going through my things and my knitted things, and I realized my featherweight that I knit many years ago, that I knit twice, I did not love, because I did not love the way it would fit me. I did not love the drape on it. It was not making my heart happy. And so I loved the yarn though, and so I gave it to my friend Michelle, of the infamous Michelle and Laurette team. And I said, I don't care what you do with this. Make something for yourself, unravel it, donate it, make something from it. I don't care, but don't tell me what you do with it, especially if you throw it away. But, this is out of my hands now. And I'm sure that you could make something really lovely for yourself out of it. Well, she did. And during all of her work travels, she knit this beautiful shawl. Is that the right way? Yes, it is. And knit it for me out of this yarn. Now, she unraveled a whole sweater for me. She and her mom did it together, and which that's a lot of love, because this was definitely not an easy yarn to unravel. Silk and Linen, it was Angela Breeze, which is, excuse me, there is not enough coffee in the world for this right now, let me tell you. So Silk and Linen, Angela Breeze in the spruce colorway, and I love this color so much. But look at what she did. She knit this beautiful scarf shawl for me, and it is just amazing. And I love for you to be able to see the colors, and look at how beautiful and drapey it is. And I was moved to tears. I mean, it just thrilled my heart that, number one, she took all that time to unravel the sweater, because that was oh my gosh, quit yawning. That was no easy task, because the yarn is so fragile. It just splits, it just breaks. And so, definitely it was not easy. And then to knit it all up again, I mean, that was just crazy. I mean, I think she probably had like 23 balls of yarn to work with because of how much it split, how much it broke. But I will figure out what the name of this pattern is, and I will put it in the show notes. You can find show notes at knitworthypodcast.com. I will write about everything that I have here and give you links to things. That way you can find them for yourself. And so there's that. That is the last thing. Oh. Adorable llama alpaca bag. Is that not just the cutest thing ever? So I'm gonna have to, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, but I'm gonna do something awesome with it later. But yeah, so that's what I got. Thank you so much, Michelle. I love it. I've worn it, and I just had to put it back in the bag so I could show everybody the adorable bag too. So let's talk about contests. Yes, contests. Okay, so I'm closing up the gratitude craft along that we've been doing. It is, after all, after the beginning of the year. And so I hope that everyone really enjoyed that, participating in that, and, worked on recognizing what they're feeling grateful for. And I know I've been thinking a lot about that, and, working on being more thankful for the little things and appreciating my crafting. And let me look at this. Last time, Creative Lady won the Malabrigo in Ravelry Red, which I still have yet to get out. I'm so sorry. I will message you today and give you an idea of when I'm going to be able to get that out. And then Travel Socks won this beautiful, the Angela Breeze that I had left from knitting my featherweight. And it looks like this. But she has a difficult time seeing and working with smaller weight yarns. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to send her a different prize, and then in a heavier weight yarn so that she can enjoy that. And then this beautiful yarn is going to the Knitted Lamb. So the Knitted Lamb, you are getting the Angela Breeze, the lace weight, which is so gorgeous and going to be perfect for spring and fall and summer wear. So contact me and I will get this price out to you. And then my other two ladies, my beautiful my beautiful friends who won last time, I will get your prizes out to you as soon as I can. It's with Christmas and Owen's surgery. Things are a little bit tight right now, but I'm hoping to get them out like in the next week or so. So yeah, so there's that. We do have one more, I guess it's a contest. I found on Ravelry this beautiful, amazing pattern by Lena Strandberg. Lena knit a pair of socks and put them in the group for us to see, and I contacted her and I said, when you get this pattern written up, please let me know because I'm so interested in it. And it is an afterthought heel that also has a gusset, and it doesn't have the afterthought wedge. So it's I think the construction sounds really interesting. I haven't had a chance to cast them on yet, but it's called the Trompa socks. I think that's the way you say it. But let me show you a picture of what they look like. They look like this. And Sweet Lena gifted me the pattern, but then also said that she would donate a copy to the podcast so that I could give it away to somebody. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a thread on Ravelry and link to the socks. And I want you, what do I want you to do? Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Not enough sleep, not enough coffee, or tea, or soda, or whatever, adrenaline. I want you to look at the other patterns that Lena has published and tell me what other patterns you also like and why. So she has, how many patterns does Lena have? Lena has 7 patterns out right now, and I would like to know what you think of them. Which one is your favorite, other than the Trompa socks? And yeah, so in any case, that is what I'd like for you to do. And the winner will be chosen by random number generator, and I will close the contest on February 1st. So you have quite a bit of time to go through and decide which of her patterns you love. And let me get back to my notes here. I think that's it. So yes, you do need to be a member of the group in order to win. And yeah, so that's the only other thing I needed to tell you. So for today's Bless Your Heart, I love this verse, and it's out of the New Living Translation. It's John 14:27. It says, I am leaving you with a gift, peace of mind and heart. And the peace I give is a gift the world cannot give. So do not be troubled or afraid. I love that. It's the gift of peace of mind and heart. That's precious, and it's a promise that God has given us, that Jesus gave us before he left this world. And it is a gift that the world can't give. The world is so full of crazy things in the news, and just the events that are going on right now are so stressful. Oh my goodness. And if we focus on those things, it's so easy to become dismayed and discouraged. But we need to focus on what God has given us, this promise that we can have a peace of mind and a peace of heart. And how do we do that? We do that by focusing on Him. And, you can know what's going on in the world. You can keep abreast of, the situations that are happening and the news and all of that without becoming so focused on it that you are troubled. Because where does our hope lie? Our hope lies in God, right? That's where our hope lies. So we need to focus on that. And I'm trying to focus on that in the new year as well. This is my new planner. It's still an Erin Condren planner, but I put a thing in the front. But one of my things that I'm working on, I have goals here on the side of my monthly planner, and I'm trying so hard to make it a priority to be in the Word every day. And so I have right here my little my tracker for how often, which days am I reading the Bible and studying, not just reading, but meditating on what it is that I have read, what I'm really thinking through. What am I reading? What am I learning here? Because it's one thing to just read, but to really think about it and to hide it in my heart. So I'm reading through 1 Samuel right now. I really like the Proverbs 31 app because it gives you, it's a free app, and it gives you a study every day. And on the weekends they do they go through and kind of recap, and give a little lesson about what we've read through the week. And I really enjoy that a lot. So I'm trying to be more purposeful in my reading, in my Bible study time, and making it a priority to do every day, because that's important to me. And it's so easy to get sidetracked and to get other things done, but I can't have that peace of mind and peace of heart if I'm not communicating with God every day and focusing on Him. And it's like, how do you expect to have a good marriage if you're not talking to your partner regularly? Even if it's just check in and say, how are you doing today? It's the same thing. You can't expect to have that peace of mind and peace of heart that God promises if you're not focused on His Word and the promises that He gives us throughout the Bible for joy and for peace and for a plan and a future. Those things are promises, and you need to be reminded that those are promises that He's giving you, because it's so hard so easy to get sidetracked. So yes, so that's the bless your heart for today. So don't be discouraged. You have peace of mind and peace of heart ahead of you. You just need to talk to the Lord about it. Take it to Him. That is it for today. I hope you guys are just having such a great start of your year. Excuse me. I am just praying that you are abundantly blessed this year, and whatever that looks like for you. If that means that you are, paying down your debt, then I pray that happens, that you have the strength to do that. If it means rekindling relationships with people that, perhaps you have lost contact with, or mending relationships, I pray that happens, and that you are brave and step out and do that. And if that means that you don't buy more yarn for the rest of the year, I pray for you. I'm trying not to buy more yarn for a while, but we'll see what happens. That's not a firm goal for me. But and even if you are someone who feels really overwhelmed in life and you just can't handle the thought of having resolutions, I pray for you too. So I hope that you all have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will talk to you again soon, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. Excuse me. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks I'll be able to talk to you again. And in the meantime, I just want you to remember that you are knitworthy. Goodbye, my friends. Love you.